I'm going to show you how you can go from this regular power port into this 3.5 millimeter auxiliary input and a USB to charge your device. All right, this video applies to GMC Envoy, Trailblazer, and probably other similar GMC and Chevy vehicles with this style navigation radio. Okay, I got a link in the description of this video to where you can buy this cord. All this is a remote setup for a USB / 3.5 millimeter jack. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and mount this in place of the power connector that's in there now. And we're going to run this USB. This can go to a charger that's hidden somewhere, so you can charge your phone from here. You could choose not to use it, or if you even have aftermarket radio and you want to install this, you could use this for your plugging in through USB. It is a USB super speed, the USB 3 standard with the blue, so it'll be capable of a good amount of power if you want to fast charge your phone through it. But this is a lot neater of an installation, and this is going to give us the 3.5 millimeter input jack. That there's a little hack you can do on this style Bose navigation radio on these GMCs. Again, we got a GMC Denali Envoy. This is a 2009. I know 2007 is the same, so I don't know what the year spread is. I'll probably add information into this video as I find out. So what we're going to do, though, is we don't need this end because there's nowhere for this end to plug inside the car. So we're going to cut this off, strip it, and expose the wires under here. And there's just 3 wires that we need to connect to a unit inside behind the glove box in the GMC. And I'll show you what that is, and I'll show you the finished product. So this is what you get in the kit. If you didn't want to mount it in the same place that I'm mounting it, they have this little bracket you could kind of double stick tape, or it comes with some black screws if you feel really froggy and you want to screw it in somewhere. You know, you could put this under your seat, or, you know, basically anywhere you want, and then that would mount this into that circle. And it also comes with this little cap that we're going to use that goes on just to cover the port up when you're not using it. I think that'll look good because when we're not using it, we can close that up and it's going to pretty much look like a factory setup. You're not going to know any difference until you open that up and actually see that this is installed. All right, so I just got some standard cutters here. All we're going to do is go ahead. I'm going to cut this a little bit down from the connector just so I could reuse this connector possibly in the future for some other project. Just going to cut that puppy right off there. I'm going to use the wire strippers, and we'll probably get a good amount. We'll start with a smaller amount here, and we'll take a little bit more. There we go. So this exposes 3 wires inside. You've actually got your white, your red, which is your left and right, and then you've got this kind of bare stranded copper, and that is your ground. So this is going to be the 3 connections you need to make behind the glove box. So we're going to strip these 2, and we're going to make these connections by solder. You could do them by hand if you just want to loop them around the bare wire and tape them up, or use, you know, different type of connectors. All different ways to do it. I'm going to solder it. I know it'll never come undone that way, and that's all we need to do is connect this into. And you have to have an XM option on your radio for this to work. What you essentially do is you disconnect your XM. If you use XM, you can still connect it in and put a switch in. I don't use my XM, so I'm just going to disconnect the XM and have this auxiliary input play through the XM. You could always use XM on your app if you wanted on your phone and still have it and have better control in the actual XM radio in the car. But that's your own choice. So there's going to be our 3 wires that we're going to solder into place. Okay, I grabbed a 7 millimeter socket. Bolts out. Now we could drop this panel right down. And that gives us access to our XM module, as well as the wiring that we need to tap into. Okay, now the wiring that we want is this wiring right here. You can see it connects right into here. And it's a little Y adapter that connects to here and there. So it basically just splits. So what I'm going to do, you see in the back there, there's this little blue connector. See that blue? Just pops right up. And that accesses this tab that you can push down. And then the whole thing will unplug. And this connector. Okay, so we're able to take this whole Y connector right out and work on it on the bench. These are the connections you need. You've got your ground and your wire here to the black and white. Got one of your speakers to the green and white, and the other speaker to the brown and white. And then I'm going to go ahead and solder these. All I do is I take a wire stripper and just go right in the middle of the wire, and I strip it and just pull it back a little bit just to open it up. I don't actually cut the wire. And that just gives you a little area to access with the solder. And we're just going to put a little bit of solder on here to make these permanent connections. Then we're going to tape them up and reinstall. All right, there's our wires ready to go. Got them taped up. We don't have to worry about the exposed wire here. That's just a ground. It's basically anything that touches in there. As long as it doesn't touch power, it's fine. The two speaker wires are taped up and soldered well, so we're ready to go to connect this back in. Now this adds your sound through your auxiliary to your XM signal. So what you want to do is when you turn it on XM, you want to switch it to a station where it's blank, that doesn't come in, so no noise comes through, and then you'll hear whatever you plug into your auxiliary jack. In my instance, I'm going to hook my iPhone into it, and my new iPhone doesn't have a 3.5 jack, but I wanted this to be able to be universal with whatever I want. So I'm either just going to get an adapter or a cable that goes 3.5 to the Lightning on my iPhone. They have them for USB-C phones and all that stuff too. And then, like I said, you can unplug and plug in as you need or as you change your phones in the future. Or if you've got any type of other MP3 player or anything else that uses that type of jack, this will work. Okay, and there we are, all reinstalled with the cable plugged back in. Or plugged back into the, right back there, you can see this plug right here on the side of the box. Right there. And then this was one of the connectors you undid, and the other connector is here. These all just connect together. And now we've got this cord that we're just going to have, let me get some light in here. It's going to ultimately run up in behind here. I'm going to take this little plastic panel off, and that will give us access to get into here. All right, those two screws right here and here, and this whole plastic cover comes right off. It just clips in on this one side right in here. It's just a little clip that you just pull, it'll come right off. Okay, next up I removed those two screws on this side and took that panel down. So now we have access to the two screws under here, one right there and one right there. Two more Phillips screws. So far everything's done with a Phillips screwdriver and a 7mm socket. Okay, after we remove these two screws, this panel, you just go ahead and pull on it and it'll pop out. Just like so. And the whole panel can be removed. Now we have access to the back side right here where we can remove this and put the new unit in. So go ahead and unplug it. There's another little blue connector that needs to be lifted up. There we go. So it's just that black tab that needs to be pushed in. Don't know if I had to remove this or not, but I did. So this wiring is just going to be dead back there now. We don't need that. There we go. Just those little locking plastic tabs, and then you slide this metal cone right out. That whole thing comes right out. And now we're just left with this little plastic piece that I believe also just pops out. Yep, there we go. And now we have a nice clean little hole. Insert joke here. Ready for the new part. Alright, so don't be a dummy like me and solder it outside the car and then put it in, because this is too big to fit through the hole. And once you solder it to this, you can't get that through the hole. So we want to put everything on this that we're going to want. I want to put this little cap on which goes around it. I could probably stretch this over afterwards, but I'm going to go ahead and put it on now. And also we're going to want to put the retaining nut on as well. I'm going to use this one with the flange. And then we're going to go ahead and run all the wires through the hole where this is going to be mounted, and then we're going to solder them one last final time, unlike what I just did. All right, we got the wire right here coming out, which is the 3.5 cable. I just took the excess and zip tied it up, and it's just going to live up in here with all these other wires, and this is all plugged back in. And I took the other wire and ran it under the console along this edge in the back, all the way around to the back of the console where there's another USB, not USB, where there's another power adapter jack. Another one of these style things. And I'm going to use that 3.5 jack and plug it in there so I don't have to look at the blue light and all the wires and stuff from the front when you're driving, to keep things a little bit neater up here. So, and then I can just plug into here and charge as if this was its own special USB port just for that. And that was the whole idea, is to simplify this. So I can get in and plug into this 3.5 with whatever device I have and play through the radio speakers, or I can charge whatever it is right here, or both at the same time. All right, and this is the cord that I use. It's just a 3.5 on one end and lightning on the other. Plug it right in. And I just went on some random XM. Works fine. Hopefully I don't get copyright strike for that little bit of the song. There you go.